The portal created by the Witness does not go inside of the Traveler, and here's why. Hello, my name is Liz, and I'm about to tell you this crazy theory of mine that I really just wanted to share. I've seen many people say that the portal on the Traveler goes inside of the Traveler, and I disagree with that. So, here's my theory on where and when the portal goes to. I hope you enjoy. As we all know by now, the portal created on the side of the Traveler by the Witness has allowed the Witness to go somewhere. Where exactly is currently unknown, but I have a pretty good guess as to where and when the Witness went. Before we get into where and when the Witness has gone, we first need to understand the portal itself. While many people have offered up great theories, I see a lot of confusion as to what it actually is. See, it isn't just a portal through space like the one seen in the game Portal, it's also a portal through time. This is told to us through multiple sources, including a first-hand account given to us by an unfortunate guardian. The first time we hear of the portal being some sort of portal through time is on the Neomunis Civil News broadcast by Jisoo Calorando. He states, Professor Alagi Ahmed commented, "It appears to be an Einstein-Rosen bridge, but with paracausality. Little can be said for certain." Now, if you don't know what that is, don't worry. It's a fairly complex area of theoretical physics. All you need to know about it is that it is a real-life theory on how wormholes could send you through time, which gives us our first piece of evidence that the portal is a portal through time. The bit on paracausality is interesting as well, but it can't be said for sure what that means at all, other than the paracausality most likely comes from the portal's creation at the hand of the Witness, using the light and dark. Rosy light bathes the cockpit of a hawk moving at cruising speed high above the Earth. Up ahead, the Traveler hangs motionless against the blackness of space, a triangular gateway of iridescent light bleeding from its shell. It was one thing volunteering for this mission, but sitting now on the precipice of the unknown, the Titan, Joxer, holds doubt close to his chest. This isn't any different from the Ahamkara hunts, his ghost reassures. Reckless, hasty, and dangerous. Joxer glances over at his ghost and smiles, already feeling better. Two Cabal escorts on either side of Joxer's hawk stall their engines, letting the hawk proceed forward toward the Traveler. They say something over the comms in Ularanth. The translation roughly means, "Beyond the known is the terror of the universe," his ghost offers. Joxer's not sure if it's a warning, a curse, or a pep talk. Knowing the Cabal, it's all three. Easing the flight stick forward, Joxer moves the hawk ahead at a steady pace. His ghost's eye widens as the rosy light from the portal brightens, and the kaleidoscopic surface is all that can be seen in any direction. Joxer's grip on the controls tightens as he feels a bone-deep sense of vertigo. Echoes of piano notes tinkling in his periphery, he can feel hands on his chest beneath his armor, breath against his cheek inside his helmet. "Eric, come back to bed." A voice whispers inside his mind. He sees a city, a home, family and children. He can't sleep. They aren't alone in the universe. The Ares Project, it's going to... His ghost is screaming, shell coming apart at the seams. Joxer pulls himself back to reality and jerks the controls as the nose of the hawk touches the portal. He hears laughter, screams, feels lips on his cheek, hands on his shoulders as the ship begins to pass through. His ghost scream echoes through the moment of the Big Bang to the heat death of the universe. Joxer hears a scream he will make as his ship begins and ends. "Come back to bed." He catches up to the scream. This lore shows us something incredible, something we have never seen before, and that is a Guardian experiencing memories of their past life. The only way a Guardian can learn about their past is through others or the environment where they were revived for the first time, but that is not regaining memories. That is simply connecting dots. What happened to Joxer is true recollection of memories, all of which were from his past before he was a Guardian, hundreds of years ago. How else would he have recovered these memories unless the portal has some ability of time travel? You may ask, well, the portal was made with darkness, and darkness is all about memories, right? And you'd be correct. However, so far, the darkness has not shown the ability to give us memories back, only to access and control our current memories or mind. If it had the ability, I am sure we would see many Guardians attempting to relive their past. Our final piece of evidence for the portal having time travel properties comes from two sources, one which I believe has been overlooked and not deeply analyzed enough, and another which seemingly has nothing hidden within. These two sources are the Witness Origins cutscene and the Final Shape teaser trailer from 2 months ago. Skipping over the majority of both cinematics, I want to focus in on one key thing that appears in both: a river. In both, there is a simple river going through a dry, savanna-like biome that curves in the same ways. At first glance, this doesn't tell us much. However, I believe that these two images are of the same location, simply at different times. Now, the immediate thought is that the geography seems so much more flat in the Witness cutscene, and that is true. However, these were most likely made at different times, and that could easily describe any discrepancies we see in design. Also, the art style of the ink blot cinematic we've been getting is generally fairly flat, so that is also a great explanation as to why they look so different. Now, some may say the river in the Witness cutscene is actually more of a road, and that's very reasonable to think. I myself thought that for a moment as well. We see the nomads walking on it. However, we also see them digging this river and potentially planting things around it. So it could just be artists not having the time to fully animate water effects around the nomads, or who knows, maybe they can just walk on water. We don't know. I say it is also a river because as it flows outward, fauna begins to grow. We see hundreds of trees sprout up over what appears to be many years in the cinematic. It being a river also lines up with how the civilization grows. More houses and more housing are built around the river. As it expands outward, more houses are built outward. This makes sense because everyone in this village would need access to water. And what gives you water? The river. Okay, we've established it as a river, but how do we know it's the same one? Well, this is where we really have to stretch, so bear with me. The Witness wants to create the final shape. In other words, total control and lack of light within the universe, which would be achieved through total universal reset in which light never existed. At least that's the theory for now. If the Witness wants to erase light as a whole, then it's logical that it would time travel back to where the Traveler was first found, which was the Witness's home planet. But how do we know that the Witness can even erase the Traveler like that? Or light as a whole even? I mean, it's paracausal. The Vex can't even simulate it. Well, we've actually seen it happen before. We've seen light being erased from time, and shockingly, it was almost 10 years ago, deep within the Vault of Glass. We have seen light erased, or at the very least attempted to be erased, within the Vault of Glass, which has ties to the Witness through the Sol Divisive. The Sol Divisive are those grassy Vex that we see in the Black Garden in the Vault of Glass, and they worship the Witness. This is extremely important, as I believe that the Vault of Glass was actually a proof of concept, or a prototype, of a way to totally erase light from a timeline. We know this happened because of the lore given to us from the Vault of Glass, where a fire team of 3 went in, and one, Praedyth, was almost entirely erased from time. However, it is also highly likely that the fire team was actually 6 Guardians, but 3 of them were totally erased from time, including their light. Think about it. Guardians have gone into strikes as groups of 9 before, so why on earth would they venture into the Vault of Glass with anything less than 6? I mean, it's a raid. There's no way that the Vanguard approved a group of 3. So, the logical explanation is that there were originally 6 of them, but 3 of them are totally lost to time as they were erased. With this in mind, it is plausible that the Witness commissioned the Vex of the Sol Divisive to create the Vault of Glass as a means of testing how to erase light. This, unfortunately, tells us that the Witness knows how to erase light, and its way of doing this is most likely by going back to where it all began, the beginning of the Traveler. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this crazy theory of mine. I've been thinking about it ever since the Witness cutscene came out and I connected the rivers and the 2 cinematics. I don't know if I'll continue making videos. This one was only made because I kept seeing people say that the portal went into the Traveler, and that just, for some reason, really annoyed me. Um, but yeah, anyways, thank you again, and feel free to leave your own theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Yeah, anyways, that's all from me. Thank you.